morning. I apologize that you can see my face, and I asked guy coming right at me. There you go. I apologize that you can see my face. I asked Matt Fair if I could do this, just to be cool that I'm doing the picture-in-picture thing. Welcome to the final ride of the Falcon. This is the final time it's going to be running on its stock engine. I am driving it to Bruce Hen's. Shifted to second. Wait for it. Wait for second. There's second. It's got 2 speeds, low and 1-to-1. This is the final, and I have to speak up in here because it's an old car. It has very little insulation, maybe like some strategic insulation. That's about it. And it gets kind of loud in here. If I had more time this morning, and I would hook up a lavalier mic so you could hear me a little bit better, but I'll just have to project. I'm driving it to Bruce Hen's, where we'll pull this 144 cubic inch straight 6 and start a game plan for getting the 302 Redeemer in there. That's the name of the engine that's going in. It's a combination 1993-1968 Ford 302 HO. Taken back to carburation with a 4-barrel Edelbrock carburetor, Edelbrock 2121 intake manifold, shorty headers from Pipe's Performance Exhaust, and the whole internals was built with parts from Advanced Auto Parts. Right now this car tracks pretty true with its stock suspension. You have to make minor adjustments here, and that's partly because the way the steering was made 56 years ago, and also because this is a very wide steering wheel, because there's no power steering. And when we're finished with the car, it still won't have power steering, and it won't have air conditioning. That belt is already on the engine. I have an opening here where I can move in. All the stuff flies over. The engine will have only to drive the, aside from itself, it'll only have to drive a water pump and an alternator. That's it. The belt only goes around 3 pulleys. Crank, water pump, alternator, and back again. So it'll be a very clean engine bay. The suspension will be coil-over with rack and pinion steering in the front, which is provided by TCI suspension. The rear will be a Ford 8.8 with 373 gears, and Chevy kind of had the Xerox name on limited slip differentials back in the day. They all just call it posi traction because that was Chevy's name for limited slip. Ford, I think, called it True Track or something like that. Whatever. It's a limited slip rear that will be going in this. It's a Ford 8.8 cut down out of a 1998 Explorer. Ignition will be a HEI distributor. Some of these pictures, if you follow us on Twitter, you've seen already, but if not, we'll go over them in the video. Right now what I'm doing is what this car likes to do. It likes to do back roads. Out on the highway with this engine, it doesn't like it at all. Driving this thing back from Strasburg, Virginia, 50 miles an hour is what it likes to do. In a lot of ways, it's like the 79 Mercedes 300 CD that you saw a few weeks ago. Birds on the road, get out of the road. What was I thinking about? Oh yeah, it likes to sit at 50. It can do 60 as well, but the engine is a short stroke, and it sounds all great. Like, oh, you got an inline 6 with a short stroke. Ooh, that sounds good. Double cam? No. Single cam? No. Like, it's overhead valve. Oh, well, at least you got like triple Webers on that thing. Nope. Single Bauer Holly carb. So the single L carburetor feeds 6 cylinders that are very nice for revving, except the engine doesn't rev. And this is the only option the car had. I mean, you could get other options. You get extra dome light, you get trim pieces and everything like that. Whoever ordered this car in 1960, and we have a plate on the back there, a little dealer plate that says Seville Ford. So I'm guessing this car was originally sold, can't be sure of that, but at some point it was sold at Seville Ford in Long Island, or on Long Island, New York. And it would be neat when the car's done to take it back to that dealership, do the little pictures there. How am I doing on film? Yep, this thing. We're filming out the front with a GoPro. We're filming me with the D5200, I think this is. And I only get 10 minutes of video, so when this thing conks out, it conks out. Maybe it won't take me 10 minutes to get to Bruce's. Right now, it's not blowing a smoke screen. Ever since I got it, it has a ATF leak around the front seal where the torque converter seal, or by the torque converter. That's where it leaks and it drips onto the hot exhaust. Then you get a James Bond smoke screen coming out from time to time as the drops come down. People think you're burning oil. Nope, you're burning transmission fluid. And also, it's nice that it's in the morning here. It's still nice and cold here in Pennsylvania, so the engine's running good. Because when it gets hot, this thing vapor locks. There's a hot spot somewhere in the fuel line, and it will vapor lock on right turns and left turns. Did you see that 1958 Studebaker right there? That's Bart's. Bart from Transmission, the guy who built the transmission that's going into this. That car was at Bruce's for a while. Lady on her cell phone. Am I still filming? Yeah. So it hasn't been 10 minutes yet. The brakes squeal, but they do stop. I don't know if the shoes are new, according to the previous owner that he put in, and I believe it because the thing stops really well. It just sings. So it's probably the old hardware there. Almost there. You also feel the suspension clank around. Well, you can hear it clank around because it's all all the bushings are worn out. Hey, there's Will. And we're here. Now park in the sun, stay warm. Actually, no, I think this is Bruce's dad's parking spot where he likes to park. I'm gonna park somewhere else. Is Tony here? I don't know if he's coming in today. Tony usually parks back there. So I'll park right here. And all we gotta do is pull it in, and that's that. So thank you so much to Advanced Auto Parts for giving all the parts we needed. I'm sorry, I'm backlit right here. Well, thank you to Advanced Auto Parts for giving us all the parts we needed to rebuild the engine that's going into this. Thank you to Speedway Motors for giving us all the fun stuff and the go fast stuff to put on the 302. Thank you to TCI Suspension, who's going to be whose kit we're going to be using for the front suspension and also the new steering. Thank you to all the Patreon supporters who allow two English nerds to run a car show. And thank you for everybody who watches these videos. So, gosh, am I forgetting anybody? And thank you to Bruce Henn's Garage. Without this wouldn't be possible. So, I hope you enjoy this and watch the future videos that are coming out where we tear this engine apart and give it new life. So have a very good week.